Hello everyone, I'll be doing a review on Cuisinart's Cold Brew Automatic Coffee Maker. So I just made some cold brew. We're gonna make a vanilla iced coffee and see how it tastes. So the machine looks really nice. You've got a 7-cup glass carafe. You've got a brew button here. You can do a mild, medium, or bold. Up here is where you put the coffee. So you put the coffee in this, and this spins. And then here's where you put the water. And then when it's done, you move this over to release, and then it drains the coffee into the carafe. That's what I'm doing right now. The medium brew took about 30 minutes to brew. And this cold brewer does not use heat. And it's giving it one last little spin to get the rest of the coffee out of the filter basket. Okay, so it's all done. Let's move this back to lock. Here's our glass carafe with our cold brew coffee in it. I'm gonna pour it over ice first, then I'm gonna add a little bit of milk. Let me taste it like this first. Okay, that's a very good iced coffee. Now let's add a little bit of milk. And then I love to add a little bit of French vanilla sugar-free syrup. Let's give it a stir. So that's a very good tasting vanilla iced coffee. Very smooth, very bold coffee taste. Okay, so I'm going to show you the machine and then we'll make another batch of cold brew coffee. So you got this nice lid. Here's where the coffee's going to go, and this is what spins. So it's got a screw top. There's where the coffee's going to go. Here's where the water goes. We've got this water container. And then here's our glass carafe. And it's got another little filter in the top. Now this does not heat, this is not a warming plate. Even though it kind of looks like one, it's not a warming plate. Okay, I've got this all cleaned up. I'm going to show you what you get with the coffee maker, and then I'm going to show you how to make some cold brew. So you get a very nice instruction booklet. You get a 1 tablespoon scoop. This glass carafe, this is a very nice glass carafe. Now it is only 7 cups. It's got another filter in top of it. There's like a metal mesh filter right here. There's where you put that so that it pours out. It pours really nice. Now what'll become important is this lock and release. So you want to make sure you always put it back in the lock position. Basically that allows the water or the coffee to go from this chamber down to the carafe. So if you've got it in release, this little blue light's on, and when you put water in here, it's just going to drain right into the carafe. So make sure you put it in, always keep it in locked. And then we've got our controls. This is the brew button. We've got mild, medium, and bold. And these light up when you press them. So up here we got this really nice lid with this handle. Here's where the coffee goes. This is what spins. Then there's this nice handle. This is where the water goes. No water gets down in here. So this fits down in here. You've got how much water to put in with or without this coffee basket, which is really nice. 2 different levels. So let's look at this coffee basket. It's got like a plastic mesh for a filter. This is a screw top. There's a max line, so you don't want to go above this. It will take up to 16 tablespoons, but here's the recommended tablespoons. So for 3 cups, you're going to use 5.5 scoops. For 5 cups, 9 scoops of coffee. And for 7 cups, you're going to use 13. But if you want to add more, you can add up to 16 tablespoons. You put your coffee in, and you just screw this on. This pops off too, and then you make sure this is on. Now, I just used regular coffee. This is coffee at a medium grind for like a drip coffee maker, and it worked really well. So when you got your coffee in here, you just snap this on. It kind of snaps down a little bit. Let's go over dimensions. Front to back, it's about almost 10 inches. So height-wise, it's not very tall at all. 13 inches. You do need a little bit more room in order to take this out. And left to right, it's about 6.5 inches. So it's very simple to operate. Let's make some coffee. First thing you're gonna do, remember, make sure this is in the lock position. So if you see this blue light, flip it back to the lock position. Now just grab the filter basket. So depending on how many cups you're gonna brew, it takes the same amount of time whether you brew 3 cups or 7. I'm gonna do the full 7. So I'm gonna put 13 tablespoons or 13 scoops of ground coffee into here. There's 2. Okay, so I got all 13 tablespoons in there, and just kind of make it level, just kind of shake it a little bit. Then I'm gonna screw this lid on, very easy. Then I'm simply gonna come up here and place it on here. Remember, just kind of snap it down a little bit. Okay, so now we just gotta add the water right here, and we're gonna watch back here. So I've got the filter basket in, so I'm gonna fill it up to this line with coffee basket. Now you can use the carafe to fill it up with water. I've got this separate water container. So you're just gonna pour it in here and keep an eye on the max line back there. All the way to 7, there you go. And we can put the lid on. It goes on real easy. Okay, so we're just gonna select what brew we want. I like a medium. And then you just hit the brew button. Now it's gonna spin for a little bit and then stop, and spin and stop. It does that quite a bit. It's not a very loud coffee maker. So it gives us times. So for a mild brew, it's gonna be 25 minutes. Medium, 35, bold, 45 minutes. And literally this is all it does for 35 minutes. It just starts, it spins the same direction every time, and stops. So you can take this lid off, it doesn't splatter out. And after about 5 minutes, you really start to smell the aroma of the coffee. Now I just put regular tap water in here. You can use filtered water, bottled water. It does work better if you can put colder water in here. I just put it out of the faucet, which isn't super cold, but they don't want you to use hot water. But if you've got water in your refrigerator, that does make a better brew. So it is gonna beep at you to let you know when it's done. They're not super loud beeps. I'll try to catch them on the video. And then you've got to just move that lock lever over to release, and then that drains the coffee into the carafe. I'm just very impressed with the construction of this. I'm very impressed with the taste of the coffee. I thought the coffee tasted really good. And the simplicity, I thought cleanup was very simple. This is a very nice coffee maker. So in the manual, it talks about the temperature. The cold brew process never exposes coffee to high temperatures. Instead, coffee is brewed using cool water, which extracts less of the acidy oils that can cause coffee flavor to be a little bitter. The result is a cold brewing, naturally smooth, perfectly balanced coffee, which I tend to agree with that statement. The coffee does taste less bitter from here. Now I still have to add a little bit of milk because it is a little bitter still, but it's not quite as bitter. But it's kind of more of a smoother, more of a natural coffee taste. Okay, so we should be getting close to the end. We can see here that the coffee looks like it's getting done. It smells really good. Okay, so it does beep at you 3 times, and then these lights flash at you down here. I don't know a way to turn the beeps off either. So now all we simply got to do is move this lever to the release position. Then that blue light comes on and the coffee comes down. And it's simply just draining out of this into the carafe, which does not take very long at all. And it is going to spin it, so it's gonna drain all this down, and then it's gonna try to get the remaining water out of here by spinning it. So just leave the lever and release, and then this will automatically start spinning just a couple seconds after it's all drained out. Now there's not a whole lot left in there, but that is a nice feature that it spins it to get the rest out. Okay, so it does beep at, that spun for about another minute and a half. And then it does beep at you 3 more beeps to let you know that it's completely done now. So the first thing you're gonna do is push this back to lock to kind of keep it from dripping. And so now you've got 7 cups of cold brew coffee. The carafe again pours really nice. There's what the coffee looks like. It tastes really good. I'm very happy with this coffee maker, and thanks everybody for watching.